We worked hard to get the right Russian word. Do you think we got it?
You get it wrong.
I got it wrong.
It should be перезагрузка. And this says перегрузка, which means overcharged.
Well, we won't let you do that to us, I promise.
Overcharged. I guess it could have been worse. It was the secretary's first meeting with her Russian counterpart.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is laying some groundwork right now to try to repair U.S. relations with Russia, but her attempt at humor fell a little short. Our foreign affairs correspondent Jill Doherty is traveling with the secretary. Jill?
Wolf, just a couple of months ago, things were looking pretty bad in relations with Russia. Now, the first high-level meeting aimed at turning that around.
Vice President Biden.
The U.S. Secretary of State gives the Russian foreign minister a gift, a reset button to symbolize a new start in U.S.-Russian relations. Only one problem, the message gets lost in translation.
You get it wrong.
I got it wrong.
It should be перезагрузка. And this says перегрузка, which means overcharged.
Well, it's the thought that counts. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says in some areas there's great potential for cooperation.
I appreciated greatly the openness and willingness that Minister Lavrov had to discuss any and all issues. Nothing was off the table.
Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is cautiously optimistic.
I'm confident that in the near future we will try and arrive at some agreement, some results, which would enable us to bring closer political and diplomatic solution to such things.
The U.S.-Russian relationship crashed last year after Russia invaded Georgia, and there are still hot spots. The U.S. accuses Moscow of using energy as a political weapon and of trying to call the shots in its neighborhood. Russia objects to U.S. support for giving NATO membership to Georgia and Ukraine and opposes U.S. plans to install a missile defense system near Russia's border. Moscow sees it as a threat. The U.S. says the system is aimed at possible missile attacks from countries like Iran. A senior U.S. official says there now may be a shift in Moscow's thinking on this. And he says it's easy to forget how many places Russia can play a role on things that matter to the United States, either positively or negatively.
This is the latest sign of the Obama administration's efforts to improve relations with this country's adversaries. Clinton met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Geneva, Switzerland, and she predicted both countries will reach a new agreement to cut long-range nuclear weapons.
There is a lot of work to be done. We think that this is a fresh start, not only to improve our bilateral relationship, but to lead the world in important areas, particularly with respect to nuclear weapons and nuclear security.
Clinton also wants Russia to stop Iran's nuclear program. Now, Russia is helping Iran build a nuclear reactor, and Moscow is also selling missiles to Iran.
It's not over until the lady in the pantsuit says it is.